Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. My name is Kitty Behel. We are starting this edition with a top focus. Hearing over VVPAT issue is taking place in the Supreme Court. The hearing over plea for 100% VVPAT verification is underway. We are learning the Supreme Court judges have made some key observations in the case. The court has told the EC that it must ensure a clear process is undertaken. The Supreme Court has said there has to be sanctity in the electoral process. This is the big development now taking place. At the moment we are learning the hearing is underway in the Supreme Court and some important observations have been made by Supreme Court judges in the court today. Let me go across to my colleague Sunil Prabhu who's getting us more on that. Sunil, we are learning important observations made in the court. The court has told the Election Commission it must ensure clear process and there has to be sanctity in the electoral process.
That's right. Firstly, of course, we must tell our viewers that the Election Commission has, the Supreme Court has asked the Election Commission to look into the report that has come from the Kerala Daily Manorama, where when their mock exercise was taking place, it is alleged that extra votes were being given to the BJP in the EVM. The court has asked the Election Commission to cross-check, verify and report back to them at 2 o'clock because they're hearing this entire matter. As we speak, the Senior Deputy Election Commissioner, on behalf of the Election Commission, who is in charge of this entire process, the EVM process, is briefing and explaining the whole process to the Supreme Court judge, the bench, as well as others, to explain, as you rightly pointed out, the entire sanctity, the entire process. How does the control unit work? How does the SLU, that is the single loader unit work? How does the VVPAT unit work? How does the EVM work? The entire technical process, which is extremely complex, how the commissioning takes place, how it's put on the big screen, how every candidate is part of the entire process, and the judges are going threadbare through the entire process in terms of how it can be done. For example, in terms of when they say software, he says, no, it's not software, it's firmware, and trying to say that it is a flash drive when the load, when you're loading, for example, 3 candidates or 5 candidates in the electoral process, that memory disk has to be on a single, computer. It should not be used by any other, but that has not been specified. So the court saying that should be done. An entire process of threadbare of how the EVMs, electronic voting machines, how it's related to the VVPAT is being undertaken as we speak in the Supreme Court, which is hearing this entire case.
Absolutely. And Sunil, as you also pointed out, the Supreme Court also earlier had said while hearing the matter that it is going to be a tedious process, 100% verification, of course, if it is undertaken. This is going to be a massive exercise. But now the observations being made in the court, where the court has said that there has to be sanctity in the electoral process, there should be a clear process undertaken. How does this reflect? What does this suggest now?
What it reflects is basically what the petitioners have been pointing out. Basically, you and me earlier used to, cast our ballot. So it used to be on paper. It was verified. It was accepted. What the petitioners are arguing is now we put it on the EVM. We don't know whether that actually, goes back into a trail. It's a push of a button. And it is it is printed out on a thermal paper. It is not verified. We are not sure exactly that entire process is done. The Election Commission is trying to argue and explain and say that this is a completely one standship process. There is no hanky-panky in the entire process. It's absolutely foolproof. And it's in this context that the Supreme Court is hearing this matter and finally will take. But I think clear indications have come from the bench that they're unlikely. And if you're expecting any big change, they're not going to go back to the ballot box. That's not happening. There might be some tweaking, if at all, but at this present juncture, they just want to assure all the voters, the millions of voters who are going to cast their ballots from tomorrow, that the entire process is clean, it has a sanctity, and it is foolproof.
All right. Thank you so much, Sunil, for getting us all those details there. So that is what we are learning of at the moment. Well, the Supreme Court has asked the poll body to ensure, to well, ensure free and fair elections, of course, they take place, and also to explain in detail the steps that are being followed in ensuring that. Well, we'll try and get more on that as developments take place. Meanwhile, that is the latest that's coming out. Well, shifting our focus now to some more news that we are tracking at this point in time. Polling will take place on 102 seats in 21 states and union territories tomorrow. All 39 Lok Sabha seats of Tamil Nadu will go to polls tomorrow. The largest number of seats in the first phase is from southern India. In 2019, the DMK-led alliance had won 39 of the 40 seats in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. Now, 8 seats of UP, seats in Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam are also going to witness polling tomorrow. Some of the key candidates in the fray in the first phase of the Lok Sabha polls are Chirag Paswan from Jamui, Nakul Nath from Chindwara, K. Annamalai, who's contesting from Coimbatore, Kanimoi from Thuthukudi, and Jitin Prasad from Pilibhit. Meanwhile, Union Home Minister Amit Shah also is in his home turf in Gandhinagar in Gujarat, where he held a massive roadshow today. He is expected to hold more roadshows and rest a rally before filing his nomination from the constituency on Friday. Those are the latest visuals now coming in of Union Home Minister Amit Shah taking out his roadshow in his constituency, Gandhinagar.
In the 2022 assembly polls in Gujarat, swept the state and got a historic 156 seats. That has also set the momentum really high for Gujarat and also the standards for the BJP. The Congress just got like 19 seats and it was the worst ever performance of the Congress party in Gujarat. In fact, Aam Aadmi Party got about 5, but then since then several people from Gujarat, from Congress and also Aam Aadmi Party have moved on to the to join the BJP. So that is why the BJP is speaking from a position of strength, specifically in Gujarat, which is also the home turf of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. This roadshow by the Home Minister in Gandhinagar, his Lok Sabha constituency, where he has also worked for the last 10 years, is a subtle messaging. In fact, it's a very apparent messaging that the Modi government has a lot to offer. This is what the BJP is saying, and this comes just one day before 102 seats of the Lok Sabha vote tomorrow, and this is across 21 states. So the visuals of it are a powerful reminder that the BJP is speaking from a position of confidence because it's relying on two things: Modi guarantees and Viksit Bharat. So the tone and tenor and the character of this whole roadshow was a lot about Modi promises. The songs that were played were also about guarantees, and Gandhinagar is the capital of Gujarat. It basically, there'll be 3 roadshows here, and it was represented by L.K. Advani in the past, but it has been represented by Amit Shah for the last 10 years. Well, it's very interesting to see that Mr. Shah has made it about people here. So there aren't big leaders from the cabinet. He's somebody who has played it, he's kept a low profile when it comes to his nomination and his roadshow. But there are like rows and rows of people here, like people from his constituency, people from different villages that belong to his constituency, and he has been doing 2 important work here. One is distributing nutrition bars to pregnant women throughout the last 10 years, and also giving food to family members of patients in government hospitals. So there are a lot of well-wishers for him in this constituency, and they feel that this is a man who has worked with them who's risen from the grassroots, and now he's the Home Minister of the country. So I was speaking to a lot of people there. There's a sense of pride that they have about their MP, which is why it was a lot about people today and not about leaders who accompanied him.